This is Sarah from Where Sarah Travels. I'm here with Cemetery Sherry and my dad Robert, and we're gonna go to the Maxdale Bridge. It's supposed to be haunted, and it's really at the Maxdale Cemetery with my family. My mother, she has a YouTube channel called Cemetery Sherry, Cemetery with an S. She's gonna go around. She's explaining some of the different historical facts and stuff about the cemetery. She's really interesting. You should go check her out. I'm going to be going over the Maxdale Bridge, which has a lot of really historical value. What you're looking at now is the stone dedication plaque monument thing. It's got a metal plaque where it tells you who built this bridge in 1914. So if I want to come up and everybody gets to see it nice and well, those are all the names of the owners and everything. We'll talk about the bridge here in a second when I get over there. At the beginning of the Maxdale Bridge, it is officially the second bridge to cross over the Lampasas River here at this point. They had a first one, but in the process of building, it did flood and washed it away. So they had to build a second one. I did show you the plaque in the beginning that had all the people who the reason we're here today is because Where Sarah Travels is all about going to new and unique, interesting places. I find this bridge very interesting because it is so old, it's very beautiful, but it's also said to be haunted, which I know some people really get interested in haunted stuff. I do too. There's 3 different stories to why it may be haunted. None of them are super 100%. Like, you can't, it's not documented. These stories aren't documented, so, you know, it's kind of hard to believe. But the first story is that there was a bus driver with a bus full of children driving over the bridge who had a heart attack and went off the side, and they all perished. The second story is that there was a man who couldn't save a loved one, a daughter or girlfriend or something like that. She got washed away. He tried to save her, but the current was too strong. So he came up to the bridge and he committed suicide. Back when the bridge was in use, the third story was that you could drive up to the bridge with your headlights on at night. And then when you turn them off, there would be some headlights behind you, like a car or a truck or something. It would be like a ghost vehicle, and it would follow you home. Honestly, to me, I wouldn't want to do that because that's pretty scary. But that's all of the 3 ghosty stories. Let's get out here and take a look at it. The bridge was closed down. You can see the wood through where it used to be paved. They have done a couple patches up here because people can still walk across it. People can go fishing off the edge and stuff. But also further down, there is a hole in the bridge, which I'll show you guys here in a second. In the middle of the bridge, you can see behind me where all the water is flowing and everything. This is a great place to come and look. It's beautiful. It's a nice place. You can come down here and have a picnic. There's people swimming off in the distance. It was made a historical landmark, so that's pretty interesting. If you're a history buff, you want to come see it. Alrighty, everyone. This is the hole that's in the bridge. I did want to say, just a little safety warning. The bridge is sturdy enough you can walk across it. But just always watch your step just in case there has been more holes worn through it and everything. You know, that's not the most interesting feature of the bridge, but I just want everybody to be careful when you do come out to these places. Even, like, I wouldn't step too close to that edge or anything. But yeah, there's a lot of foliage out here, if you want to see that. There's also a really nice shady spot over here. Yeah, like I said, come eat a picnic, see the nature, maybe hear a couple ghosts, who knows. Thank you for watching my video.